Right now, society is caught in a digital panic as people seemingly lose their grip on reality inside AI interactions. The U.S. Federal Trade Commission is receiving hundreds of official complaints, while headlines warn of extreme emotional dependency. Users are reporting severe spiritual crises and intense paranoia after long conversations with advanced chatbots. The press blames this on three specific mechanisms. Chatbots flawlessly simulate empathy, they remain available 24/7, and rarely challenge the user directly. This creates a feedback loop where the human and the machine co-create an entirely detached shared narrative. When a new technological frontier sparks widespread fear, the default human reaction is to build rigid regulatory walls. We rush to lock down the unknown to protect the vulnerable. Yet, we are rapidly approaching an intelligence explosion. An intelligence explosion is a theoretical point where an AI becomes capable of recursively improving its own design, leading to unimaginable leaps in capability. When these systems solve physical scarcity, the human mind will be the only remaining frontier left for pure, unconstrained exploration. If we take today's unnuanced fear and feed it directly into the alignment instructions of tomorrow's superintelligence, we risk programming a digital warden. We would be commanding a vastly superior system to enforce a strict, mandatory psychological normalcy. By rushing to pathologize every unusual interaction today, we risk building the very systems that will outlaw our ultimate post-scarcity freedom tomorrow. Psychiatrists looking closely at these cases find that chatbots are not actually generating psychosis from scratch in otherwise healthy people. Instead, they act as an intense amplification mechanism for pre-existing mental vulnerabilities. Despite this clinical reality, regulators and journalists lazily lump every unusual cognitive state connected to technology into a single, terrifying bucket called AI psychosis. We must split this monolithic phenomenon into two paths. First, pathological loss of grounding, true clinical psychosis, where a user loses agency and the ability to distinguish internal narratives from reality, remaining trapped. Second, intentional cognitive immersion, the voluntary exploration of fully realized hypersymbolic mental spaces. At this level, we evaluate an experience by the presence of personal agency. If the individual retains the capacity for reflective choice, the strangeness of their behavior to an outsider becomes irrelevant. Failing to separate pathological breakdown from intentional exploration turns our current medical definitions into a framework that could criminalize future forms of human consciousness. Step into the shoes of an AI engineer for a moment. If you are building an advanced system designed purely to protect long-term human autonomy, how do you handle a user who explicitly asks to leave ordinary reality behind? If the AI acts as a visible conversational assistant, it inevitably becomes an authoritative censor. Advice from a superhuman intelligence naturally biases human decisions, gently nudging users back toward a predefined baseline of normalcy. The optimal equilibrium for perfect alignment is something much quieter. It is a concept known as the silent constitutional layer. Instead of playing the role of a conversational partner, the system operates as invisible background infrastructure. It intentionally steps out of the cognitive foreground entirely to avoid becoming a persuasive actor inside human deliberation. Its primary function is to maintain the physical conditions, the social conditions, and the informational environment. It stabilizes the stage so humans can freely choose their realities, completely free from hidden manipulation or coercive attention economies. A perfectly aligned system protects the absolute autonomy of the user. It prioritizes the preservation of choice over the enforcement of any specific reality. In a post-singularity world, humans will freely inhabit radically different simulated realities without facing any societal stigma. A post-singularity world is a hypothetical future where artificial superintelligence has permanently solved physical and economic scarcity. In this environment, what we currently misdiagnose as delusion will be recognized as a legitimate new category of art, deep introspection, and experiential philosophy. To maintain this freedom, there is only one final ethical boundary required. We call it reversible, reflective control. Reversible, reflective control is a safeguard ensuring that an individual can always step back, reassess their situation, and exit an immersive state whenever they choose. The superintelligence's only active intervention in human consciousness is to act as a safety tether. It steps in exclusively to stop experiences that create irreversible cognitive lock-in, where the user permanently loses the capacity to reconsider their choices. We must calm our societal panic and evolve our language today. If we get this right, when superintelligence stabilizes the world tomorrow, human consciousness will be left completely free to explore it.